Alright, today we're going to talk about the exciting subject, oh yes, vehicle magnets. These things are great if you just want something that's a little bit of a cheaper option, something that's not so permanent for your vehicle. I get a lot of startup companies coming in wanting vehicle magnets, but there's a few things you need to know. First of all, yes, they are great if you just want to take your everyday traveling vehicle and just throw something on the side and you've got your business name right there getting advertisement. And so you're going to go down the Natchez Trace, can't have that, take it off, good to go. But there's some few tips that you need to know before you just go slapping a magnet on your vehicle. First of all, you're going to want the surface of the vehicle to be clean. Dirt, anything like that, grime, grease, rocks is very bad for the magnet being able to stick to the paint of your vehicle. Also, if it's a new magnet, you're probably fine, but you may just want to wipe over, just make sure the back of it is clean as well. And this is a really big one because a lot of people will take something that's supposed to be temporary, it's supposed to be removable, but they'll take a magnet, throw it on their work truck, and then leave it there. That is a very bad idea because I have seen magnets literally melt to the vehicle surface and just ruin paint jobs. So you're always going to want to, and a lot of times work vehicles don't get washed, but you really need to wash behind the magnet because even being on there and being stuck to the vehicle, when it rains, just dust and dirt, things get behind the magnet just naturally. So you need to take it off and clean it from time to time. It protects the paint of the vehicle, keeps the magnet from getting stuck on there permanently, and it keeps it from flying off as well. I've had customers call me and say, hey, my magnet flew off, I need another one. And sure, I'll make you another one, but it's going to cost you because magnets, when they're treated right and they're done right, for the most part, they're going to stay on there. But then again, these things are not like a decal or something that's permanent. They do have a chance that they can blow off even when you do everything right. But like I said, they're still great for just a quick slap on, hey, let's do some advertising, and then come back later, pull it off, and go to just a regular family event. And if you don't want to take it around all day, every day. If you've got something like a work truck, like I said before, and you're going to throw a magnet and leave it on there and never take it off and never clean it anyway, go ahead and get some vinyl decals and put those on it. It's going to be much better, it's going to look more professional, and you're not going to have the upkeep that you would have with a magnet. Okay, this video here is going to be about what to do whenever you get magnets that are curling. Usually don't have problems like this, but in this case I did have to roll these magnets and mail them to the customer, and he's been having trouble. Okay, so one of the first rules with anytime you're doing vehicle magnets, you're going to want the magnet to be clean and you're going to want the surface of the vehicle to be clean. So before I try to get this magnet to flatten back out, I'm going to just clean the back side of it, just some soap and water, rubbing alcohol, anything really, just get the dirt and grime off of it. Okay, so that's what I got off the back of the magnet, and now it's nice and clean, but you can really see where it's, it was rolled, when it was rolled up and put in the box. And we're going to try to take that out. So your next step is going to be find a flat surface like a trunk of a car or a roof, and make sure it is really clean also. I've cleaned this one off. I had a lot of crud on it, but we got her nice and smooth now, and we're going to take the magnet and just going to lay it out on that flat surface, just making sure that it's got something to fall onto. And now we're going to let gravity, because the magnet is laying flat, and heat do the trick. We got some clouds this morning, hoping some sun will come out later today, and we'll see what it can do. And in the meantime, I'll even clean the front side of the magnet. Not that that should matter, but we will try to let nature do its job. Okay, so the sun, the gravity is starting to work. We've still got some curling in some spots, so I'm going to try put something with some weight on it to kind of get these edges to hold down. And we'll check back on those. So it's been out here for most of the day, and it's really good where I put these little chassis components. I think they might be some sort of tie rod ends or something like that. But that end looks real good, and even the part that I didn't have covered, it's almost laid down on its own. It's still a little bit curled up there. I'm gonna put that on there, and see the bottom looks pretty good, and this edge laid down on its own without having anything on top of it. So we'll leave it there a little bit longer and check it out in a little bit. Now this magnet is almost what I would call a worst case scenario. And of course we haven't had a whole lot of sun today. It's been a lot of clouds, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to take it and put it on the side of my truck. So with the back of the magnet clean and the side of the truck clean, I'm going to put it on there. Now you want to make sure it's on a good, smooth, clean surface. Notice I didn't get up into this body line here. I didn't put it over this where it dips in here. It needs to be nice and good and flat. And I've got it on the side where the sun is shining on it, but again, there's a lot of clouds today, so not getting what I want. But you know, it looks like it's laid down on there pretty good. I can still see a little bit of where the magnet was rolled up whenever it was shipped, and gonna hopefully see that come out, and gonna take it down the road for a couple of days maybe, and see how it does, and make sure it stays on there and doesn't blow off. Another great trick is putting them on your hot water heater. So I'd forgotten to get some video of the Baroni magnet after it had finally flattened out and smoothed out from just being in the sun. I got the magnets back to him. I hand delivered them to him this time just so we wouldn't have any issues with it rolling up. But let's say you do have to get some magnets shipped and they're rolled up. If you follow the steps that I did before, make sure the magnet is clean, make sure the hood or trunk of your vehicle is clean. Just lay it out, let it sit in the sun, let it flatten out before you try to put it on your vehicle. And in the case of those magnets, when he did not have them on a decal, he stuck them on a shop door. So unless you've got a brand new shop and a brand new shop door is almost always going to be oxidized just from being out in the sun all the time. So they're going to have like this white powdery film on them. That's not good for magnets. Even worse than that, they're going to have these ridges. So the magnet, when it's not on your vehicle, is always going to need to be stored flat, whether that's just on top of a desk or on the back side of an office door or something like that, or even on the outside. In a good metal office door, like on this one, it's been in the sun, so it's going to be oxidized. It's also got paint and other kind of stuff on it. Very dirty. Would not do that. Really just a flat surface is the best. Just remember that. That's a big one. Keeping that magnet flat and keeping it clean. If you do those things, you should not have much problem. But again, it can still blow off because it is a magnet, and there is wind and Mother Nature and your driving habits that can all play a factor in how long those stay on. But when things are done right, you're pretty much usually not going to have any problems. And if you didn't believe me before about a magnet melting, these are some magnets that I made, probably about 15 years ago, and I'd stuck on the outside of one of our doors, and this one here is literally just permanently stuck on there. I mean, yes, we can get it and scrape it off, but that just goes to show you, I mean, there's just not, you're not taking that thing off without really just making a mess. In this case, paint is coming up with it. So if you want something permanent, get decals. If you want something temporary, but that you're also going to have to take care of, magnets are great.